Passing that joint to you. Right?
You are now listening to
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls,
all across this poison world. Oh yeah, we back. Kirk Knight on the beat. Brooklyn, have a safe summer. Pro era, we out here. Rest in peace, my nigga Steve's. It's for you. Summer nights.
Peace.
My nigga OG Swank in this bitch. I ain't know it was more. It's still going, nigga.
Yeah, you feel me? You feel what I'm trying to do? You feel kind of where I was going with it?
I see what you're trying
See
to
where I
go
was
with
trying
it.
to go with it, kind of?
You know,
Y'all need to take
yeah.
the
it's
cheap
funny
out
that you
laptops.
playing Joey. Just saw that Joey's gonna drop his new album soon, or he got
We
something
gonna
cooking
talk
up.
about it. We gonna talk about it. But wait, y'all don't know this man. Y'all do not know this man. And if you cannot hear what I'm talking about, that is your loss.
Back in this motherfucker.
If YouTube cut this shit out, that's just a
From a
shame.
lyrical high. One time.
Yeah, you two really on their shit with that. Yeah.
Ride for my nigga. Ride for my nigga. Yo, with none of that thing on my mind, but this rhyme in a matter of time to make this whole shit align.
Alright, this a little dank. It's a little dank in the ears. You know.
Bruh, stop talking to the music.
Till I'm fanned out, now we the pop of the band. So they can't keep them hands off the man now. Invited man, give him that ass fighter man, baby sham style. Got some Trinity girls to soak it up. Sham wow, damn child, you're killing them, filling them, drilling them with serums of pure noradrenaline. High blood feeling like the thermostat crackless mercury spilling. Your favorite rapper trying to earn stacks from nursery children. True MCs write their verse and rehearse it a million times. Just for the purpose of feeling prime and golden. Shorty acts what I'm holding, teasing them. Knowing the magnum blast and squeeze magnesium. Used to be mad premature, now mad premium. From looking up to niggas to looking up niggas meeting them. Meetings with them. Give them a high pitch like curveballs and helium. You're scorcher trying to evolve like Charmeleon. Million, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Hold that. It's trying to get the million.
Welcome back to the Rambling Rogue Show. I am your host, Rambling Rogue, a.k.a. Gyres Rogue. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got my brother with me, Ndubby. You know what I'm saying? Twitch.tv's finest, you know, next to me.
Yeah, man. 2 B's, 2 Y's. Don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? When you spell it out and when you type it out, wherever you know you do it, just make sure you don't forget the 2 B's, the 2 Y's, and Ndubby live. You dig?
Sir. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling real Snoopy right now, man. Real relaxed, just chill. But then also real Snoop Doggish. You know, we smoking some ganja, some marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Real cool vibing. So yeah, man, just kind of got a lot on the mind because there's like a lot to talk about. But yeah, man. Salute. Speaking of, all right, he got the music going.
Yeah. I got a bad bitch in my penthouse right now.
What about you, man? How you feeling?
What
you got for us?
I'm cooling.
I think.
Hey.
I got 10 carats on my finger, this shit costs a house. My shorty say you too much for me, I'm like, baby, how? You wavy too turned up and rich, ain't got no kids or spouse. And crazy, boss up a little bitch like
This beat is slapping.
Metro with the stems.
Oh yeah, Metro.
How your butter rim? I can't fuck with Freddie Gibbs. Niggas telling Phil.
Yeah.
Try to get next to me, you know your chance is slim.
Hey.
Okay.
Salute to all my chat niggas.
Okay.
Nah, salute to all my chat niggas.
Nah.
Nah. Hey, word. Salute to all the chat niggas. If you don't relate, don't relate. You don't know what I'm talking about. You can't know what I'm talking about. You weren't there. But I was there. Okay, I was there. Me. Alright, so salute to all the chat niggas. That's all I gotta say.
Is this a W for the chat niggas?
Today, this song? No. I mean, in all
Or just
seriousness,
that one little verse, because you know it's, you know, the chat niggas is, you know, they ride for their man's act. So it's just like hearing one of the people acts, you know, frequently beefing with, just to hear another person just kind of just take a shot at them. You think the chat niggas got a dub for that?
well, if you don't know, the new Gunna album is out. DS4 ever, I guess. I didn't even know there was other, like a DS3, 2, or 1, honestly.
Drip
I'm
season.
out of the loop. Out of the loop. Isn't that what he came out with?
Yeah, no, that's not. Well,
No, Drip
that's
Season
what
3.
Popp. That's what Popp. You know what I'm saying? That Drip season 3, the green little slime. We all
Right.
Yeah. You know, that's what really got Gunna. That's what really got the attention. So yeah.
So I guess I did know about Drip Season, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you don't know, Gunna has apparently given Freddie Gibbs the biggest moment of his career with that line there, and in all seriousness, this is not even a diss. Like that was just that. I don't even know what that was.
What does he say exactly?
I mean, just you can't listen to no Freddie Gibbs or some shit like that. Like
It's a.
like
I mean,
he just rhymed his name around. I can't.
It's a diss.
I guess. I mean,
You know, it's a rap diss. It's a little diss, but I think Freddie Gibbs should just get back into the booth and just hit him with his own diss. But that is not what we saw. Not at all.
what do we see? What happened? What happened as a result of this?
I
didn't even know.
Not much. Just a back and forth between the two men. They just kept on going back on Twitter, but
Which is not even a. That's not.
it's
a
not
beef.
rap beef. It's not rap beef. It's now social media beef. Why don't y'all just? Why didn't Freddie Gibbs just make a rap bar? He raps. He's actually a rapper, like a rapper. Like he's not a. Not saying like these designer rappers. Gunna, designer rapper. Freddie Gibbs, a rapper, like who like you know what I'm saying be spitting 12 bar like on some real shit, 12 bars and shit like that.
But when you say designer rapper, what do you mean? I mean, can a quote unquote designer rapper not send out a diss? Send out a.
Oh, he can.
What are you saying?
No, I am. I'm just saying, why isn't the rapper sending out a rap diss? He's just getting on social media.
It's actually quite reminiscent of the Drake Meek Mill beef, wherein you had the rappity rap battle rap originated Meek Mill going up against. I mean, we all know Drake from Degrassi. This man got shot in his back and was crippled, and then you have, I mean,
Trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers, man.
and you got bodied by a singing nigga. So
Come on, man.
But okay, so Freddie Gibbs has not made a track or any sort of response to Gunna. I pulled up an article here, a Complex article. It says, yeah, after Gunna dissed Freddie Gibbs on his new track, yeah, pretty much it says no, there's no response from Gibbs. Oh, here we go. Gibbs is just sending out memes. Let me put this up on the big screen. Yeah, and this is Freddie Gibbs' shit, right? Like this is Freddie Gibbs. This is Freddie Gibbs' shit, right? Like this really is what he be on. Like he'll just kind of just hit you with the meme or whatever, because you know he's tapped into the youth and all that. You know, like you don't fucking work out with Freddie Gibbs. Like you know.
Nah, I do, man. I just wish it was just kind of in the rap, like you know, what I'm saying he could have just rapped him like, yeah, Gunna is a boom 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 boom. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. A boom 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 boom.
Just keep it with the rapidy rap. Just rap, right? Like if he says something to you in a rap song, why don't you just go hit him back with a rap song?
But I ain't gonna lie, like,
and then it's cordial. It's just like, okay, all right, we just talk back. It's just rap. Like it's just this is just like now we gotta flex on social media and shit like that, and talk about like how the running theme of how Gunna is a crime stopper. Like how, you know what I'm saying, this man has snitched and whatever. He was on that shit.
But bigger than all of that, is this not funny? Because I know the narrative changes and everything else, but I think this is funny. Because when I hear the line, I'm like, son, this is not the biggest moment of Freddie Gibbs' career. This is not even.
Oh, not even close.
This is not even. When I say it's not a diss, this isn't even on some. You didn't flame him. You didn't say anything bad about him. You didn't really defame him. You just kind of said, I don't fuck with Freddie Gibbs, like type shit. Like if you just claim that you don't fuck with somebody, all right, cool. But dog, it was good promo. It's good promo to go listen to your album. You got me to play it, and now I've boosted it out. But you know, I just look at this like, all right. I kind of give a W to Freddie Gibbs here. I mean, listen, not for nothing. Yes, you could rap and you could do all these things, but at least he's not going crazy. This is his one response, as far as I can tell. His latest comments come after he provoked the drama once more on Thursday night when Freddie Gibbs shared the aforementioned clip of Gunna, the quote unquote Crime Stoppers clip. So he just keeps posting stuff, but it doesn't seem like he's over posting. Because if you remember the Freddie versus Academics beef, like it got bad because Ak seemed so bothered. Like he just seemed so like why are you doing this? And he's just going off at the top on his Twitch stream, and he's just like, he just seems bothered. Freddie Gibbs is a troll. If you seem bothered, then he wins, honestly. Now Gunna doesn't seem bothered to me, but I do take Freddie Gibbs' response here is like, honestly, it's a good response. Oh shit.
Hey man, Gunna's giving it out saying that this ain't P. So
not P. What does that mean?
This ain't P. This is the new slang YSL's trying to push. P. So I think, and from my understanding, I think it means player. So you guys are gonna start seeing that, and seeing a lot more people saying it. I mean, it's just how this slang kind of thing goes. You know what I'm saying? Slime, slat.
So literally, I mean, I've never heard. I mean, yeah,
now
I've heard P's and Q's. I've heard, yeah, like I'm on. Like I've kind of heard terminology. Like, how do I explain this? Slang is interesting because it takes the concepts you've already heard before, but then it just redoes it in a cool way. You know what I'm saying? Like in a fresh way. So it's like we've heard player, keep it P. Like I've even keep it P. Like that's a saying. Like the people say that, but like for them YSL to just sort of jump out with that emoji, and then Gunna's constantly tweeting. If you didn't see Gunna around the release of his album here, he's been tweeting constantly. Oh, this is P. Taking care of your girl and bossing her up is P. So like I mean, I guess all right,
yeah.
But
it's just the new slang they gonna get people to start saying, and I don't know what it really does for anyone, but it's just very interesting to see in the culture. Just like cap, just like so many words that we can just reminisce and go back on. Like, oh yeah, a lot of people was just saying this because our favorite artists were saying it, literally. Like, yeah. Like,
real life trendsetters,
bro.
But
dude,
it's fascinating how that they just pop up with that.
Young Thug really he really has people calling guns dicks, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay, yes.
I don't know if that was Young Thug.
See, it's
you
not
could just saying that though.
It goes back to it. It's like,
bro.
Young Thug is not the only person to call a gun a dick. But then when you step out in front of it and you keep
he popularized, like
yeah,
he was the one that made it so like just what is he a dick? What is he? A 30 round? Like he would literally say all this stuff in videos, like in the studio, whatever. This. Like, yeah, I got this 30 on dick. I got this dick on me. It's like, dude, what the fuck? What the hell are you talking about? And then later on, a few years later, you find out he's talking about a gun.
And not only a few years later do you find that out, everybody knows what that is, and a lot of people call their guns the stick, whatever. Like, people will allude, but it's not like, it's just weird because it's not like he started it. Some people did it, but he got in front of it. Slang is weird. Anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to Wanna. Shout out to Gunna.
Yeah, shout out.
Did you listen to the DS4 album?
No.
I
haven't listened to any new album. I heard there's a Roddy Ricch album too. Haven't heard it.
Yeah, I heard it was Dookie Cheeks. I heard it was booty. It is sold pretty bad. Glizzies used to be guns. Isn't that people still call like glizzies? Even that. Where the hell did glizzy come from? Where the fuck did glizzy?
Glizzy.
Take a glizzy.
You ever seen that?
I have not seen that meme or anything like that. I have not seen it.
There's this guy, he's like in the woods, and then he picks up a fucking XQC, watches this shit all the time. I watch too much XQC. I'm living vicarious through my Twitch streamers, man.
Juicer.
Like, just a little PSA. If you've been watching too many streams, you feel like you've been inundated with too many other people's lives, go start your own shit. Go do your own shit. That's why I'm so glad we're doing this pod, man. Appreciate you for being here. Episode 46.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
'Cause-
no, that's a real deal spill. Cause yeah, I've been getting into the Twitch like stratosphere, and it's like kind of this weird relationship where you're like a chatter, and then you got.
But
your
they don't give a fuck about you.
the-
You know that. Hey, look, we got motherfuckers in here right now, and these motherfuckers I know in real life. These people that I know that they know I care for them, right? But
Yeah,
at the same time,
parasocial.
we still gotta have this conversation. We can't just stop and just like have every single entering conversation. But at the same time, these people, not the people in my chat, because I have 0 subs, but the people that watch these big streamers, man, they'll throw. I mean, you'll see thousands of dollars lobbied at these guys, and you know what? You know what you'll also see? At any time of the day, any time of the night, you get on, especially like XQC, Mizkif, bro, people rush in. I mean, even X is on offline. He's playing with another streamer. Just like, literally, you could just hear his voice. Bruh, people go fucking nuts. And I don't know. It's just, I've been one of those people. I ain't gonna lie. It's just something about your favorite streamer, bro. Like, you just get so tied in. Like my guy Aaron said, just parasocial. But anyway, man, yeah.
Oh yeah, but they're not our friends though. Yeah, I think we all they're not our friends. But I mean, I've been seeing though, like one thing to get big on Twitch is to collaborate with a big streamer or someone who has some kind of clout on Twitch.
Well, that's just
kind of but that's kind of, you know, even on YouTube, you know, just the lighter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these, like, platforms where you're kind of doing entertainment stuff, it's, you know, it's definitely a good thing to be working with somebody that has some type of edge or clout into the game or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
in life, yeah. In life, you network with those. You try to network with those who've done whatever it is you're doing on a larger scale, grander scale, bigger time, whatever it is. That's just life. But you know, it's weird though, because with Twitch, right? Yeah, I gave you some views and I gave you some attention, but where does that stop? And like, are we friends? Like, we've played together a little bit, but are we legitimately friends? Or do you just enjoy the fact that you get a 10x boost to your view count when I'm around you? Which is weird, man.
I mean,
that's weird. Like, if you were paying attention during the Among Us phase, there's a lot of those cats that used to play Among Us with all these top streamers every single day, and I mean, they have their own little followings.
No, I get, Among Us got. I mean, but that because Among Us, like, you can just play with anybody, you know what I'm saying? It's like a real, like, just free-for-all kind of game, but you do build these weird relationships because you have to sneak and talk. You kind of talk. Yeah. It does get a little. It does get a little weird because then there's Discord.
And the clout is short-lived. It's clout, man. And I guess the moral of the story is integrity. You know, if you move throughout life, throughout your endeavors, not trying to be perfect, but with a frame in mind to say, okay, if I step out of this frame, I'm acting like a bad person. If you keep that frame in mind and keep it tight, because particularly when you get into these uncomfortable spaces, ooh, you got 200 views on your shit now. Ooh, you got so-and-so on your stream. Ooh, you got so-and-so on your podcast. Ooh, you got... Nah, bro, you got to have integrity. And it comes into decisions. I'm bringing this up only just because, like, I've been watching so much Twitch this week. I haven't really worked. I was kind of just at home bumming it. I made enough money last week, slight flex, that I didn't really have to work this week. Plus, our birthday's in 8 days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 23.
Cowabunga, dude.
Yeah, man, I just feel like not working that much before my birthday. But this whole parasocial sort of like gain clout, working through the algorithm, having integrity, having friends, making friends in that. It's just been on my mind, and that's why I'm sharing all this. But anyway, I don't really have any place to put Among Us hairline.
Yeah, I don't know
Sorry.
what you meant. Did you mean timeline? I don't know.
I think he's talking about you.
Oh.
Yeah, your shit round. Like the
Yeah.
Among Us nigga.
Hey, man. Hey, man, I'm just got the free-flowing dreads, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about no lineups, no none of that right now.
Speaking of lineups, your boy AB. Your boy AB, man. Your boy AB, man. My boy AB. And before we even get into what Antonio Brown has been kind of saying in response, I'll just give my opinion one more time. The footage I saw of a grown man taking off his garb in the middle of his job on national television. For as much people want to spin that as, oh, you know, if you're just tired of something and you want to just quit, just go, and yeah, that's really good, and all of that is great. But son, I saw mental instability in that video. Me, I'm not a doctor. I'm not nothing like that. I'm just a person who's experienced his own mental instability. I see the signs. I spot the signs, and I only say this to say it looks like AB has gotten some kind of team around him to help him polish up the actions that he took, where he ran off the field, put the peace sign up. He's on podcasts now. He's giving his opinion now about what happened. He's on this, what is it, the Full Send podcast. I've never even watched it before, but, you know, all credit to them. But the point is, you know, I'm glad that he's getting out in front of it. It also seems like the Bucks, I saw a tweet, something about, or, you know, some kind of messaging between AB and the head coach. Seems like there's open arms there. So the reports that he's completely off the team, you know, and just done, maybe not be totally, how do you say, accurate? I don't know. The point I'm just trying to say is just take care of your mental health. Yes, if a job is wearing down on you, call it out. Say something. Do something. In the case of AB, I can't really call it because, like, you know, this is $1 million man. I mean, what the hell do I know about $1 million situations? You in a football game, national television. At this point, you done already been dragged through the mud with your name. I mean, and you've contributed to a little bit of that yourself through your own actions and whatnot in the past. And you know, we've seen you just go through your ups and downs, right? So I can't really speak on that situation. But this whole idea of just like, oh no, it's nothing, bro. He was just tired of the job, fed up, whatever. Stripping down to your chest when you're like, I'm telling you that is not some fucking like, oh, like nothing. Like, bro, no, that's, I mean, I would say that's just a person that needs help. Now it seems like he's gotten it, which I'm glad. But you know. Any thoughts?
I mean,
Before we play this video.
My thoughts on it, because the whole AB situation is that the coach told him you're done, and that's not even that. This is like way out of context because like there's a whole story behind it. I guess like he told AB, AB was I guess told by one of the assistant coaches that if he can come back into the game basically, and he said no, something's wrong with my ankle. And you know what I'm saying, he
continued to play on that ankle apparently to a point that he just couldn't play anymore. Okay,
yeah,
but the peace sign and
well,
why walk off field,
and then
why not just sit on the
and the walk off the field was because Bruce Arians kept on asking him like, yo, come into the game then, like, are you gonna come to the set? Like, I haven't heard any report that you are like, you know, not fit to get into the game. And any thoughts though before, like? Oh yeah, just my thoughts are just like, you know, I just don't think AB is completely in the wrong of just walking out because Bruce Arians told him you're done, like just get the fuck out of here. So he just did SO.
When did this Bruce Arians tell him to do that?
He told him that after, you know, AB was, I guess, telling him, you know,
the ankle injury.
Yeah, the ankle injury. I got an ankle injury, and then.
So this is on the sideline at some point during the game.
This is like right before the whole situation of him, you know, taking off his.
I see.
That's what happened to lead up to that point. It's not like he just, you know, did it.
And again, you don't just do things. But I do think that
that
even
is
if
an extreme response. Even
that's
from
an
that.
extreme response. Even if, okay, so Bruce Aaron told him to fuck off.
He said, yes, you're done. Get out of here. He said, you're done. This is his words. These are it. Yeah, for sure. He said, you're done. For sure, he said that.
I still think you didn't have to make a spectacle of it. I think the spectacle part, it just is like, for what? You know, like for what reason? What sane reason can you come up with where you don't just say, okay, call the timeout, switch somebody in, you know, just do it formally, walk off on the sidelines? Because people will still see you, but it looks different. Like you'll walk off with your gear on, or maybe with your gear off. Shit, but at least you walk off maybe with a little team. And players do this, like particularly in basketball, or even in. I mean, I haven't watched football much, but particularly in basketball, they'll get ejected, and they walk off. But it just doesn't look like this, does it?
But like ejected, it's not really ejected.
How is this not ejected if you're told to get off the field?
That's from your coach.
Okay,
ejected is like, you know, saying the ref told you. Like this seems like disarray. Like this is like, you know, it's like disruption between coach and player. Like there was some kind of dispute. You know what I'm saying? Like disarray, literally. Just this man AB or Bruce Arians was fed up with AB, and he told him to fuck off. And AB responded.
Okay, well, let's listen to AB now. Let's listen to him on the Full Send podcast. Let's get some volume.
Pete, and you know, it's just getting started. You know,
Let me refresh.
obviously we had some stuff that went on. You know, it's all about integrity and, you know, handling people the right way. And you know, AB is a football first. I'm a football player first. You know, that's my business.
You came in here 10 minutes ago, right? Bucks they released you, right?
I think so.
So are you intending on playing football again?
Of course, man. That's my passion. This is what I do, man. Every year is a fresh start, a new year. I still like to get in shape. I still like to compete, and you know, it's just getting started. You know, obviously we had some stuff that went on. You know, it's all about integrity.
Did you feel disrespected by, you know, Bruce Arians, like kind of saying, like, did you think it was like a big fuck you, like, nah, get in the game?
Of course. Imagine the guy telling you to do something that you just told him before the game that, yo, man, I can't run full speed for you. I'm just trying to be out there to support my team to help win. And then the guy say, all right, be there, show me, give me what you got. You at the game, you giving the guy what you got. Yo, we in the MetLife Stadium, they got the hardest turf in the world. I told the guy, like, yo, I can't go, my ankle. The guy's like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you feel disrespected by, you know, Bruce?
So in the midst of the game, these guys telling me get in, I'm already on the bench. I'm telling them, like, yo, my ankles is done, man. That's all I got. The guy said, get the fuck out of here, and said, you done with cutting his throat. At that point, bro, I'm taking your fucking logos off. I don't want to wear that shit. I'm out of here. Then you got freaking the whole MetLife Stadium. I was feeling like Fabulous, one of the famous rapper guys. They like clapping for me like, I become too sexy for my shirt, Bob.
Yeah. We saw that fucking post, by the way. AB, we saw that post.
So in the midst of the game, these
AB's doing the most for the situation. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he, you know, he's making the most out the situation. He's trying to make the most publicity out the situation.
Yeah, okay, yes. There you go. Okay, publicity. I got you. But
yeah,
that's money out the door. That's money out the door.
I think
Which maybe you don't care about.
I think I disagree. I feel like another team will sign AB in the future. I don't know if this completely like harms his image.
This brands him as one who is hard to work with. Even harder so than he was known to be. Like, he was already, because of the issues with Big Ben and AB, there's that controversy. Okay, well, there's two sides of every story. That's kind of the story on that. At least that's kind of what I pick up, you know, like on my chail shit, on my like analytical. I'm not going off of statistics, but people basically said, okay, you know, Big Ben didn't give you a ring. You were there for many years. We know you performed. Maybe there was some kind of friction based on something along those lines. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay, cool. So we push past that. Then we have the other troubles and whatnot, public troubles, being filmed, arrested, and whatnot. Past that, and then we have the ring. Okay, cool. It's this huge redemption story. But with this case now, it's 2 cases where the same individual is with a ring still having issues with, you know, either management or even just people on his team. Now, whether or not they're justified, I do like the way you handle things makes it so that, okay, you could have put this on the coaches and them. I do believe if you had just exited in a more calm way, like my guy just said, he rage quit IRL, and I do like even just listening to him. You talking about, oh, I got these famous rapper guys clapping for me, and you talking about he doing the most. Yeah, it's for publicity. When you should have been doing the most for that dollar. And publicity, all good press ain't good. All press ain't good press. Some people don't believe this, but. And again, AB is at least explaining his side of the story. That's good, but I hear it and I say, yeah, okay, maybe another team may pick him up. You know what? Let's say it's likely another team picks up Antonio Brown. What is your position on that team? How much do you get paid?
That's the issue with AB though. He has the you know, it's the payment. It's the payment. He wants that big dollar. Like he says further on in the interview. I saw another clip where he's. I don't know if it's in these clips. Yeah. But he does speak about, you know, Gronk and Brady and shit like that, and how like, damn, we just want a ring. Like how am I not getting any kind of, you know, bag off of that? Like I performed throughout the year. Like there is no more prove it that you still got it kind of thing going on with him. It's like I could still perform in a high level.
And again, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but $1 million games, man. What do we know about $1 million games, man? I mean, you know, I heard it just said today by a really great streamer that I respect. I mean, he's crazy in a loving way, but Greek God X, you know, at a point, man, after the millions, what the hell is it for? Like, you got the millions coming in. What is the difference? Now, I'm not saying this is all about money for AB, but I'm just saying, if that's a big thing for you, money, how is it that you want to now go and disrespect, even just on this podcast? I'm not wearing your logos and this and that. Bro, no. You're not treating yourself as a business when you say things like that. I'm sorry. You're not treating yourself as a business. That's not a business-minded decision to say, I'm not wearing your logos because I felt disrespected. No. What you do say is, I was disrespected. And I was told to get off the field, so I did so. You should have ejected yourself in a way that made it look more so like, oh, what's going on? Like what? He was good, but now he's good. But now you make it to where you have this spectacle, and you're talking about you're even still away from the moment. You're enjoying the fact people were clapping for you, man. Nigel, that is some, bro. That is that part right there. That augmentation of reality. Like, okay, so like 5 people are clapping for you, but everybody else is looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Like virtually everybody's looking at you saying that. And again, I wasn't there in that football field, but if I'm watching a football game, particularly in Tampa Bay, was it in Tampa Bay?
No, it was in New York.
Okay, my bad, my fault.
That life.
But particularly, okay, nigga, in New York, yeah, we're jeering you, but we're like, get the fuck out of here, yeah. Because type shit.
Nah.
And we don't know.
We don't know.
But it's like,
I mean, what AB's saying is that, you know, I was in MetLife. I'm walking out, and a whole bunch of people are clapping.
So in the midst of the game,
you know, you can run it back. Run back the clip.
I'm not. Well, let's keep going in the clip. But it's really not all that serious. But I mean, okay, yeah. You think that people were legitimately clapping for him? Hey. I believe there may have been some. I just think, son, I think a lot of that would have been laughing at you, not with you. And I think even that, the perspective of looking at that laughing at you and not with you as with you, I think there's something off there. I don't know. I can't call it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional in medicine at all. But I just from my own experiences, man, that seemed to me, it's particularly in the way he worded it. Oh, I'm feeling all good. Like, bro, that's euphoria. That and if you're not on drugs, that is an issue in the brain.
I saw Joe Budden tweet saying I saw CT in that man. That's what he said. That's what he tweeted. So I mean, I don't know. There could be a possibility in that, but we don't know, man. I don't know what, we're not doctors, but from what we can see, what we can feel, what we can say.
Well, you were just saying that the crowd was cheering for him, Nigel. So now you believe.
No. I still believe that AB is kind of in the not in the right in how he did it, but he's not too it's not too bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it's like, okay, like he just stood on his 10 toes and he just decided, all right, man, I'm walking out of here. If you're gonna tell me that I'm basically cut and I'm out.
Right. Okay.
So. Yeah.
But why don't you follow Tom Brady? Is there something?
Nah, it's not personal, man. Tom is actually my friend, one of my close friends. But like Ball was saying, what are you saying? I work at McDonald's? You see what I'm saying? Some people have a different definition of friend. Because when I say I'm your friend, that mean I got your back. That mean, to me though, that's what a friend mean. But a friend is not like that in this world and how we living. And we play professional sports. Like, not everybody in sports gonna be your friend. Tom Brady's my friend. Why? Because I'm a good football player. He need me to play football, right? These guys called me to win the Super Bowl, not for the toilet bowl. They didn't say, AB, we having problems with the toilet over here in Tampa. You think you could flush the shit down and help us out? No, they called me and said, hey, AB, we need you to win the Super Bowl.
But why don't you?
Nigel. Okay. In this life, we what we're doing right now is gaining skills at podcasting so that hopefully one day we're so good at podcasting we can turn this into some sort of revenue, some sort of livable, occupation. Okay. We are making ourselves more useful to the world so that the world gives us something in return. AB just described that exact process and being fed up with it. And I'm sorry, brother, but that's the process of the world, right? People will call you for what you're good at. Full stop. Doesn't mean they don't like you. Doesn't mean they hate you. Doesn't mean they're against you. It means you're good at something and you're needed. That's all I heard from that. So Tom Brady is not your homie, and y'all are not, bro. What does that have to do with what does that have to do with taking care of your family? What does that have to do with just providing a stable, steady income for the people around you? Your friends? Nah, at that point, we can't. Nah, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't, son. What? No, friends are friends, man. But business is business. And you're in the business of a ball getting tossed around and caught by you. You're the guy. I didn't hear any sense in that. I did not hear any sense in what he just said. And again, this goes away from the decision to walk off the field. Well, maybe it ties into it. It's like this fed up feeling you're feeling. Maybe it has to do with, you not feeling like everybody's on your side. I just don't get how you get there when it's a whole team. Y'all wear the same colors. Y'all show up to the same places to practice. Y'all practice multiple times a week. You could talk. You can communicate. You can do these things at those times. What more do you want? I mean, Jesus Christ. If I'm a millionaire, I'm not calling my other millionaire friends to be constantly doing shit. Me. I'm probably sticking with the fam, sticking with those close friends that I kept from whatever, because that time is so much more important now, because now so much more of my time is flying across the entire country, doing all these crazy things. Maybe I don't have time for my teammates anymore because I'm not in team mode. I'm just shooting some kind of like understanding towards other guys. Like when I hear, okay, I'm done. Anyway.
Nah, I mean, I got nothing more on AB, man. It seems like he's doing a lot for clout, and I don't really see the end goal. I
see mental instability.
I'm not sure where the end goal goes, but
I see a compass in his head pointing toward the wrong things, like clout, like you said. And I don't know either, man. But okay, yeah. Speaking of knowing, what's this about Joey Badass and Tristan Thompson? Can you fill me in? I didn't see this. I don't know. Joey Badass got advice for Tristan Thompson. I see 3 fucking paragraphs. Listen, before you even get into it, like, son, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Okay? Basketball players are gonna fuck bitches. These are $1 million fucking franchises on 2 legs. On 2 legs, like.
Yeah, no.
What is the news? I don't give a fuck. Like, and why does Joey Badass give a fuck about this? How the fuck did you go from talking about it's a shift, the 47 shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, before you cook them, just read the first paragraph, and it just sums it all up. Like, he's just basically trying to just tell him, like, yo, you could be polygamous, I guess. Like, people in this world are gonna have multiple women just having fun. And you got to be a man and stand in your 2 front and tell your spouse or wife that that's how you're going to roll. That's basically what he's saying.
Okay. But
I think
who the fuck who cares about what Joey Badass thinks?
What do you
I mean, who gives a fuck about what Joey Badass has to say?
I'm just saying, like,
that's what I was trying to get off. That's the line I was trying to get off.
See, nah, man, I like Joey, man. Come on, man. I just think this was, just an interesting take, and he may be right about this. Just in the generation we live in, like, there's just so much temptation, and it goes through both sex, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let me explain the take. So Joey Badass tweets, Tristan Thompson got to stop being a sorry ass nigga. Tell Chloe you a fucking Gaia-list, whatever that is, $1 million games. I think that's what I'm gonna title this podcast. $1 million games, man. There's just levels of life and experience that I have not reached or touched. Sometimes I can't even comment on it. That's one of those words that lets me know. I mean, for what I can say about Joey Badass, I know he at least has some money, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't like seeing the people that I used to really, really, really fuck with, how they look today. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them. And not really particularly Joey. I'm just saying, like, just little shit like this. Like, I don't like this. But anyway, okay. So tell Chloe you a fucking Gaia-list, and you need more than one woman. Straight up. What's so hard about being honest with women, fellas? Fuck this Western bullshit. Relationships should be expansive and beneficial for all. Unconditional love means you love with no conditions. Most of our minds are way too conditioned to even love freely. Most of us have been in a polyamorous relationships our whole lives. The only difference is we weren't honest about it. But if you've ever been sexually involved with someone non-exclusively, guess what? You're polyamorous. Okay, the way he put it was smart at the end there, particularly to kind of put the mirror back into the audience there. I like that. Some good rhetoric.
Yeah, man. Joey just actually hits you with some game, really. I mean, that was some game. I mean, it's true. It's like not a lot of men out here, not a lot of people out here are just with just the one person. They're not exclusive to one person.
Most people.
Most people
be cheating, man. People be cheating. That's a fact.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. He has a point with this. We shouldn't be exploring this Western bullshit, and we can explore our minds, man, and live more freely. This is the generation to do so. I mean, shit. Look at all the things we got going on. You know what I'm saying? You got sex workers. You got just, porn. You got just all the internet. It's just so much shit out there that just like.
But the most important question, still unsolved, is like, who the fuck cares what Joey Badass has to say? I mean, like,
wait.
Joey
Yo,
Badass.
cause he just dropped some game. That's why it's just like important that someone just dropped you some game and you should listen to it, even regardless if it is from Joey Badass. Like, what? Why are you so stuck?
Put out some fire raps,
bro. The raps is coming.
Put out some fire raps. Put out a cool movie. Put out some more TV shows. I fuck with what you're saying. I just, I don't know. I'm hating.
Yeah, you're hating. Why are you hating on Joe?
I'm just hating. I don't know. I just
he
have a
just
weird
dropped
feeling.
some real game, and you were like, you was coming in real mad, hot, and spicy at him, and then you read it, and you were like, you know what?
He makes sense. I just don't like the messenger. I don't like the messenger.
I don't understand. But
I don't like it. Like, why are you telling? Anyway, but and you have a point. You have a point. He has a point. But really, honestly, while people are cheating, listen, man. I think there's something to the relationship. I think there's something to that nuclear family, or at least in starting a family. Relationships are one thing, right? Dating and whatnot. But once kids get involved, so what I would say is, to anyone wanting to practice any sort of shit, where they're polyamorous or they're, open about it, loving freely, as Joey Badass puts it, strap up. Wear a rubber. Always. And that's important because, listen, man, bringing life into this world is a full-time job to manage that life, and it takes to properly do it. I do believe it takes two healthy, or at least as close to healthy as possible, individuals that have an agreement on, hey, I'm gonna do this, you're gonna do that. This will change, our roles. They will go in flux, but we will keep this unit together. I just firmly believe in that process. I firmly believe in that formation. I just think it's like a triangle. It's the strongest and it is a triangle. It's the nucleus. It's two over and then one sub point. It's and that could be a kid or kids. Because it's not that they're all the same, but it's that it's all the same job, isn't it? Parenting. It's and anyway. Yeah.
I agree
Wear a
with
rubber.
that point.
Wear a rubber. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. I don't really want to talk about that. Because it's a Cardi B tweet, and it's like, what's the take? Like, what do we have on this? I mean, just looking back at it, I just no. Yo, I saw here you put this Derek Lewis tied to Tuivasa fight.
That's gonna possibly happen in Houston.
Why are we not talking about Francis Ngannou and Cyril Gane? Francis Ngannou and Cyril freaking Gane.
Yo, man, who gives a damn about that right now, man? I'm talking about this because this is, this is gonna be a firework ass fight. You got Tuivasa, the motherfucker, the Australian who be drinking beers out of shoes and knocking people out. And then you got Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, the man who is the world. He's the UFC holder for knockouts. And it should be a very interesting and firework ass fight.
Or another heavyweight slumber fest where the two big strong guys just respect each other's power and then dance around each other, throwing some leg kicks. Derek Lewis with those high ass fucking head kicks for some ungodly reason with his big ass body. And then you just have a finish that goes to the judges. No. I want to talk about technique versus refined power that has been brought through the UFC ringer. It's like, what the hell are we talking about? Bro? And then not only that, This man John Jones was over here talking about fighting Francis Ngannou and still wants to fight at heavyweight. And this sets up John Jones's intro. He wants to go for that title fight. Son, he hasn't been dropped from the UFC. Controversies and everything aside, opinions aside, he has not been dropped from the UFC, John Jones. He's still waiting. That fight will happen this year. Who will fight John Jones at heavyweight title? Johnny Bones Jones, who, according to Chael Sonnen, a nigga who knows this because he got his ass beat by him, when he gets on top of you, it's different. You come out differently.
In heavyweight? Will he be able to even get someone into that position?
Cyril Gane walks around right now at his fighting weight about 5 pounds difference from John Jones. 5 pound difference. About roughly same height. So you look at him and you go,
we don't know how John Jones will move in this weight. There's just so much unknowns.
Yes, we do, because we've seen wrestling. He's been in a grappling match with I believe it was Gary Tonin. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but he was in a grappling match.
You gotta fact check that one.
No. I mean, this was heavyweight John Jones.
So he grappled, though?
Yes, he's grappled since being heavyweight. I can certainly tell you that this happened. I just can't remember his opponent's name, and he's very famous in the no-gi grappling. But
he grappled,
I didn't realize. But John. But the point, I don't even want to look this up. The point is dude still can move, and just a heavier version of dude. If he gets on top of you, he's just an expert on the ground. So it's gonna get bad. Cyril Gane has not shown us his ground game. Francis Ngannou has showed us his wrestling game, but we know that he's still not he's not excellent like this ground proficient guy. The point of the matter is and again, this all credit goes to Chael. All credit goes to Chael. This is just excellent. This is just excellent analytics of just the whole thing. At least in my opinion. But dude was saying, look, this upcoming heavyweight title fight that we have, Cyril Gane, Francis Ngannou, is going to be basically a kickboxing match. With the slight caveat that Francis may, ruffle up Cyril with some kind of wrestling move, some kind of just wear him down, some kind of just ground and pound something, because, well, he's been apparently working on the wrestling, working on keeping his conditioning up inside of the clinch and whatnot. That's the report. I mean, that's what we even learned from the Stipe fight. He controlled Stipe with his arm, which is wrestling. The point of the matter is it's a kickboxing fight between Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou. Whoever John Jones fights is gonna go to the ground at some point. It's gonna go to the ground. If it goes to the ground, those elbows and the body movement and control. For either man, it's just an interesting proposition.
I don't know if it's gonna go if it's a guarantee go to the ground, but it's gonna be an interesting bout because John Jones is a spectacular wrestler. So that does, what I'm saying, it just makes things way more interesting in the fight because it really mixes it up. It's not just gonna be two guys striking, kicking at each other. It's gonna possibly be,
it depends.
Takedowns and the takedown attempts and whatnot and fake outs, and it just takes it to a whole different world. You know what I'm saying?
And then with the fake outs, you have the ridiculous John Jones spinning elbows, knees, fucking just ridiculous athletic shit. But then you also have that from Cyril Gane. You have that same sort of athleticism on the feet, and then it's just anyway. This upcoming heavyweight fight is a fight that yeah, man. Even the way you're talking about it, you're not very excited about it. You're talking about Derek Lewis moving on, yeah. and that's hella exciting. But also,
it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? And it's the fight where Israel Adesanya is also headlining, where he's gonna fight Rob Whittaker, and it's that duo. It's that second time they run in the back. So yeah, man, that should be an interesting fight too. That's coming in February though. So,
but while the Derek Lewis Tuivasa fight is interesting, it also has the great chance for being a dud. I don't think that the Cyril Gane Francis Ngannou fight has as much of a chance at that because of the way that Cyril Gane fights. Because he's so okay. Well, I'll just punch you, I'll just lightly tap you, I'll just touch you, and then be at range. Because why am I gonna? I'm faster than you. I can see that. So I'm just gonna just pick you apart until I blitz on you, which is cool, right? Like that's great. Francis Ngannou is a similar approach, except when I hit you that one time where I really decide to, it could be done right then and there.
It could be lights out.
It could be lights freaking out. That is, dude. I'm sorry. The guy that's gonna pick you apart versus the knockout guy who's also been refined. I'm sorry. This should be so much more exciting. Like instead of just the two big knockout power, which again we've seen this before, particularly with Francis, particularly with Derek. Son, it has the big chance of not working. They just get there and think they're too much respect. Nah, man. Nah.
I just think that fight's gonna be great because I feel like there's gonna be a knockout for sure.
If Tuivasa gets that though, that's a change of the guard. That is a change of the guard.
Well, Derek gets
a clear change of the guard. That is
hopefully he doesn't get knocked out, but if he wins it, then it's like, all right, cool.
Okay, it's cool.
Then
cool.
Yeah, but a knockout would be nasty.
A knockout
but then Derek Lewis would kind of get what he would want, like, you know what I'm saying, just 3-round bouts. Just, keep it cool.
Interesting point. Yeah. He's not going to get dropped from the UFC.
No.
Yes, it's a change of the guard. But if you think that Derek Lewis is going to start just getting well.
But see, that's why I wouldn't want him to just get knocked out because that's some serious. I mean, he can really get hurt,
and that can lead to more knockouts. You know, it's not necessarily
that's
true.
Not like it's not just you get knocked out and this is just something we just bounce back. Like no, bro, you just nigga.
Yeah,
that shit is serious.
well,
I don't know.
When do you know? Okay, let's see. When should this Derek Lewis UFC 271, which will be
February 12th?
Okay. I mean, interesting, but
and it's not even guaranteed too. So we will see on this. We'll update y'all on this, right?
Yeah, we'll keep up on it. Whew, but that Tai Tuivasa knockout of Greg Hardy, man, that dude was fully cognizant to like my man got slumped.
Yeah, man, those heavyweights be throwing. They be throwing.
And he's kind of like, dude, he's kind of like a heel, Greg Hardy. That was remember that? Remember when we figured out why we remembered Greg Hardy? Because Greg Hardy got kicked from the NFL for beating his wife. Real sad stuff.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah,
that kind of just, I mean,
yeah, like that, mood change.
It's kind of, it's just all right. Makes you kind of look at the UFC a little weird, just a tiny bit. But all right.
Again, John Jones not ejected from the UFC.
Right.
John Jones not ejected from the UFC. Clear evidence that John Jones put hands on his wife. Clear.
It's just weird. Like that's just like in a just a morality sense, it's just super weird. Like for Greg Hardy, like
same difference.
He's a
same
name,
difference.
but dude,
same difference. Same difference.
The hell?
Same difference. It's literally not different at all. The UFC accepts men that have a history of hurting their spouses.
And I guess their thing is that they're gauging it because if it's really severe, now we gotta really cut him because it's not because they cut that dude who severely beat his wife or that girl.
Yes,
incident.
Yes.
So
why should it not be a discretionary base? Man, it's a human sport. Man, it's humanity. You know what I'm saying? And you look at it and you go,
oh, bro.
Every case is different. You know, you got the John Jones wife still smiling and kicking. How would that look? Now she's talking about the UFC and what y'all are doing to her husband after y'all went and let me not say white-knighted, but went and tried to protect her. Kicking her husband out. How would that, how would the UFC look?
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think that would be the best choice. But in the business standpoint, no, because he's a high ticket.
But away from the business.
But in my point,
away from the business.
I just don't. I think you cut John Jones. Like, especially if there's evidence that he did it. Like, dude, what? Like, you're just accepting this behavior.
But this is a man that literally trains to fight people, to literally bash people's heads in, to manhandle them. This is a person who has been manhandled like this constantly throughout their life because of that training. What I'm saying is again, not a reason, not a justification, but that's the reason. If we're just gonna say it, the reason why these people are so violent is because they're training in violent sports. Doesn't affect everyone like this.
Yeah, and then that's the rub. I feel like there's just too much of a higher percentage of people that don't. Well, I don't know the numbers. I don't know any of it. But like I would feel in my feelings, and what I would think is that there's a higher percentage of fighters that don't, harm their spouses or whatnot, or vice versa. Like, saying the women don't just beat their men. Like, I don't think this is happening.
No. Don't add that in, because that has nothing to do with this conversation. Spouses, like, of UFC fighters being beaten by their spouses has nothing. It's not. Everything is not equal. Like, that's a completely different situation. That would be more so talking about the psyche of this fighter, like talking about this individual fighter as, because like, I just feel like that's so different. You cannot just insert, like vice versa. It's a small thing, and I'm just nitpicking on your point, but I'm just like, it just goes to that, like, not everything is equal. Not everything is like 1-to-1. If a UFC fighter was getting beaten by his wife, let's actually say this: if a UFC fighter was being beaten by her husband.
No, what I mean vice versa is what I mean.
That is like
a woman UFC fighter is what I meant by vice versa.
Okay, yeah, like, listen to what I said. So if a UFC fighter was being beaten by her husband, let's take in case in point that one female fighter who was getting berated by her husband / manager, and it got a little viral, and Misha Tate had commented on it, and basically to kind of demean this guy and say, you went too far, you were not bigging up the fighter, you were just trashing her and just telling her how you should be praising her. The point I'm trying to make is the case of a husband hitting his UFC fighter wife is like, I mean, we look at her like, you can defend yourself, number one, and you can defend yourself, number one. Now, if that husband is a fighter as well, then we look at that as more so a case of, okay, then it's on an even playing field. I'm just saying, like, that's a different situation than UFC fighter who's trained going after their spouse who was completely untrained, completely just like out. They're a mom, they're a husband, they're like just a regular like that is
no, well, that's what I meant.
Not even a husband, not even a husband, because like a lot of
this I just really meant is that, like, it could be a woman UFC fighter fighting just a regular, like, it could be just a regular citizen, like a regular person, and then, like, if that happened, would it just be like, oh, he just, I don't know, like, okay, I don't know, I don't want to bring examples because I don't want to, like, tarnish these people's names and make them seem like they do this, but, like, let's say Amanda Nunes just beat her like spouse, it would just be like, okay, how severe is it?
And we would ask if the spouse also trains.
She does.
Because if the spouse also trains, then we can, I mean, number one, we can assume that at least she defended herself. And then two, we can, and this may be reaching, but let me say, this may be reaching, but you could also assume that maybe this was a more so even altercation. Like they were, maybe they just both needed to cool off and they didn't, and they just kept escalating, and there's mutual combat. That's a thing. Like if we're talking about a situation with two fighters, the idea of mutual combat has to be introduced. Like that has to
okay, yeah. Okay.
But that is nowhere. That is nowhere for John Jones on his wife, mother of home, a mother of three.
Right. That shouldn't excuse him just to do
There's no mutual combat.
Right.
It's just you beating on her. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the, don't insert the vice versa, because for the male UFC fighter against his spouse who likely is not his trainer, That's typically the situation. So it's not like that's the nitpick
Okay,
I was getting.
okay. So what if John Jones's wife is a UFC fighter?
There's look, he should still not be hitting her, but I could then insert and say, hey, is there any there could have been mutual combat here. Yes. Because if you also train, if you've also been training, if you also do this, which I don't think she does. I don't know, but seems as though she's a mother of their 3 children. Like, that's what she does. Like, and she doesn't seem like she does not look like a, but then again, you got Laura Sanko, you know, who's fucking fire. Anyway, let me search it. You know, it takes one Google. Because this is an interesting conversation here. John Jones' wife practice. Does she? Okay, Jessie Moses. That's her name. Okay. John Jones' white wife. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's get this on the big screen. Look at that. Yeah, man. Beautiful. All right. So yeah, he was arrested. Dude, I don't know. Jessie Moses. For a long time, they're engaged. There's no proof of their marriage. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's not get into that. Jessie Moses. Does she train?
Man, I don't think it really. Well,
I'm just saying, you could enter in the idea of mutual combat. It doesn't make things even, but you would understand a situation where maybe both parties were just aggravating each other, as opposed to, and I don't think she trains, bro. Like they met in high school. Yeah, they have like a deep connection that goes back to their parents, and John, I guess, apparently met, her mom. Like, you know,
but early. I don't know, like, just that idea of just like, okay, she trains, like, okay, if she did train, and John Jones, like, and she was like at a high, even if she was like, let's say she trained and she was at a high level of training, and John Jones just kind of, beat her.
No, he didn't, because she also let some licks off too. Like, realistically, if she was actually trained like that and felt completely threatened like that, then then fine. Let's say she, in a case where she doesn't. Let's say in a case where she doesn't, right? You can still say that there's this battery case. Definitely. If she still poses it. If she still herself, goes and, but I'm just saying, the likelihood of a UFC trained fighter wife or event, just UFC trained fighter, just taking shots from anybody. Like, that is very that's negligible, I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that stuff ever leaves you, particularly if you just keep training. Like how you said in this situation, if it was a wife that trained, the mutual combat could be there. Like, you could say, I mean, again, it depends on how the situation would unfold and how the wife would tell the story and say her side. And let's go back to the actual reality. What really happened did not seem like a case of mutual combat. It seemed like a case of a frightened, yet at the same time still securing wife who was scared of her husband, yet wanting to secure the life that they had and not throw it all into jeopardy. Their life. And again, and that's key because, man, that's key because, goddamn, John Jones, man, for all the bullshit you put that lady through, and she still has that wherewithal of mind to go do that and all this other stuff. I don't know what their relationship is like, but being married,
but just off of that point, leg up. I just look at John Jones differently, though.
Yes,
like just like as a person, like because as a fighter he's phenomenal, but as a person,
do you not want to see him fight?
Yeah, I don't want to see John Jones fight. Like, it's just weird. Like, it's just like, okay, like it's just weird. Like, in my opinion, I just don't want to see him fight. I don't even think he should be in the UFC. Like, if it's just like straight evidence that he beat his wife, then it's just like, dude, what? Like, I don't know. They took down Ray Lewis. in the NFL, and I just think not Ray Lewis. My bad. Ray Rice, but yeah, I don't know. I just think that's just something that they should just draw a line at. Yeah, and then they just bring in Greg Hardy, which is like another disputable case. Like, it's so weird. Like,
and I'm not even sure about all the details of that case or how severe it got, but I remember that it made national headlines, and I remember
he got kicked out the NFL.
He got kicked out of the NFL.
Like,
and so
like I don't know what else that. I mean, I don't know. I guess second chances.
But my thing is like, I still go back to you got to go look at every case individually. And I don't know, and I bring up I don't know the details of the Greg Hardy case to say. In the John Jones case, still have a wife that supports the man, will be there for him, is still by his side. Hey
man, the same thing with Ray Rice. I mean, I don't know.
Ray Rice is not in the UFC, but I'm just saying.
But he's not in the NFL.
He's not, and I think the NFL. Okay, cool. We've. The NFL is cookie cutter, man. The NFL is you got America's national football team. You got brands and associations with this that are tied for 100 years, for going back 100 years. The point of the matter is I'm saying like, it's mainstream. It's as far as sports go, it's pop music. But then you have the UFC, which is like metal. Not everybody listens to it, and it is rough, and the shit they talk about is not safe for what you would put on for your kids or for your... No. You wouldn't put that on for your kids. You wouldn't put that on these themes, at least. You would maybe do metal music, but the themes that are in heavy metal and dark metal and all those kinds of... You wouldn't give that to your kid, right? No. So, like dark metal, this is for a more, how would you say, extreme crowd. And I think discretion in that to say... Yes, you've made mistakes, but we will allow you. This is a very fucking violent sport where you'll also get fucked up if you don't train. Not for another, if you train your hardest, and maybe there's just another guy that's out. Maybe he heard about all this stuff. He can bring that grievance to you. You don't think Tuivasa heard anything about this? Women shit. That doesn't play anything into. Hey man, I'm gonna knock your ass out. The fuck? That adds to it. This is gladiator sports. This is blood sport. This is not about feelings and all these other no. I mean, it is about feelings, but that goes into making the fight. Are you a heel or are you a hero? That's all it is. That's all it is. And yes, it's real life, but
you said all that, but basically the point is it just depends on the severity. I mean,
it should, as it should. As it should.
All right.
I gotta stop doing that. I repeat myself a lot. I gotta stop doing that. I just did it again. I don't like when I just say things 3 times. I don't like when I listen back to it. I don't like that. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, man. Huh? What is this?
Yeah, this is a
Popp Hunna academics clip. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I just found this very funny. Like, this was just a very ridiculous. Like, the way he responded to this was just ridiculous. I was just like, what? Yeah, let's watch this clip.
I'm gonna be all the way honest with you, bro. Like, 2021 was probably like the worst year of my life type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really, really going through a whole lot. Like, I'm going through shit with my parents. I'm going through shit with family, friends, all that shit. Like, everybody stabbing me in the back. People, they stole money from me, clothes, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even to top some shit like that even off, like, I thought that for I had 2 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just found out that one of the kids that I was taking care of, he not even my son.
What?
And I was taking care of him since he was a baby. You know what I'm saying? I just found out that he's not even my son, bro. So
that's not your first one, though, right?
Bro, that's my first one.
So the one that you dropped out of school for, you found out it's not your kid?
He not even my son for real, bro.
How the fuck
Yeah.
you find that out?
Bro, it's just like, man, there was just so much going on, bro. And I
listen
really
to
don't
this,
really
listen to
know
this.
how to cope with this shit. But like, shit, like even now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm scared to go take a test for him, bro. Like, I'm like,
For your second one?
no, for my first one.
Well, how do you know it's not your kid?
It's just like, you feel me, like, because like, bro, like when you hear shit in the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying, like, and like you seeing pictures and shit, like, bro, it's not hard to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but are you financially taking care of it? The kids?
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Bro, yes, bro.
Pause it real quick.
It's
Pause
till
it, pause
this
it, pause
day,
it, pause it,
bro.
pause it, pause it. That was his response to not. That's what he said. He said that I figured out. Basically, he was saying that he figured out that his son isn't his son through pictures and through the quote unquote streets. Like, bro, what the fuck? What does that mean? Did you not just ask your, like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so confused. That shit had me rolling. Like, what, nigga, what are you, what? Like, bro, you didn't ask the woman that you impregnated, that you possibly impregnated. Like, why didn't you just ask her? Like, why don't you just ask her and then go from there, do your DNA test?
Yeah,
like,
she might know, huh? Right?
And she may tell you whatever, but if you have your suspicions, that's when you do the DNA test. What the fuck are you talking about? You seen pictures and quote unquote from the streets. This shit sound like some Morgan shit, man. Like some real life Morgan shit, just off the academics, off the record podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like real deal Maury shit. Like, bro, you gotta go to Maury after this. Like that is just ridiculous as fuck. Like, what? Like, he really responded with saying like, yo, how'd you find out? Like, how'd you find out? And his response wasn't, oh, yeah, she told me. Like, I thought that's what I really thought he was gonna say. Like, she, pillow talk, whatever. But no, this nigga said, I found out from, the streets and, through pictures and shit like that. I'm not dumb. Like, what?
And then to go as far as to say that's just not my kid. And also this idea that I'm scared to take the test.
Why don't you just take
Are you scared to pass it? Wait, I thought you was sure.
Yeah, no.
From the streets. I thought the streets told you.
Yeah, this is just
what?
This is just great content right here, man. This is just great content. This nigga just like, bro, what do you want from this? Like, do you care that this is your firstborn son or not? Like, that's really the question.
Well, he says he's still taking care of the kid, despite the fact that, he says he knows, but he thinks that it's not his kid.
That's what.
But that's
bro. If you have that suspicion, you gotta.
Yeah.
And then to just air it out for content, it's just weird. I don't know. Like, your kids for content. I guess, like, I don't know. I think that's just weird. Like, it gets a little weird. Cause it's just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, especially if something so serious as this, like something like, dude, like, your kid's gonna see this, bro. Like, in the future, they gonna see that you were on a podcast talking about that you had these doubts of them being your, like, you being their dad.
Not even doubt. You just said I am not.
You
said, that's not my kid. I just found out that my first son is not mine.
And your response to finding out is through the streets and pictures.
What could finding out through the streets mean? What could that mean, Nigel? What do you think?
Someone told
speculate.
him. His homie, you know what I'm saying? Maybe his brother probably told him, like, yo.
So how did the brother know? Did the brother smash the girl?
It had to be the person that smashed. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. See, I don't get that. Yeah. See,
and then he said he was looking at pictures, but like, bro, like, is it somebody that you know or?
It had to be someone.
Okay,
close.
so fine. So it's somebody that he doesn't know. So you said it had to be somebody who? What?
It had to be someone close to him. If he's seen pictures, or maybe it's just through Instagram. Maybe he's seen like Duke through Instagram. Like, wait, this look like my baby, bro. Like this, you know what I'm saying? It's just doing comparisons and shit like that.
That is ridiculous.
It could be that.
Hey, I don't know.
In the age we live in, shit.
Listen. Pray for the young brother Popp Hunna.
But this is a little out of context because the video's not even done. The clip isn't done I mean, he could say like, oh yeah, you know, she told me and shit like that. Like he could have not finished his whole sentence, but the fact that he didn't just say that out front is just wild.
Let's finish it. Let's see. Let's see if it leans there.
Like it's just like, bro, no matter what, bro, like that's still my son. I'm saying, like, even though I know.
See, why? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with this kid? What is his issue?
I'm sorry. Then why?
Still my son. So okay. So back up. Let's back up. Let's recap. So Popp Hunna, rapper, brand new whip, yeah, Maybach, Corvette, or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
So Corvette rapper Popp Hunna says that he just found out his first son was not his. He says that the evidence for this finding came from the streets. Okay. So the streets told him that his son was not his. And now, even after finding out from the streets, the almighty, all-powerful, always correct streets, Popp Hunna will still take care of his son. He will still claim the kid as his son, even after figuring out from the streets that it's not his son, and he's also scared to take a DNA test. Okay.
But he also has doubts that it's his son. Like he's contradicting so much in his brain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, if he finds out that it's not his kid, does he just?
But he already has thoughts that it's not, and he's gonna take care of it.
But right. Okay.
So what he's scared of is officially knowing, I guess. Like having that, like now.
That's the
like,
silliest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Like, and then why even air it out? Like, bro, just be like, yo, I don't know. He maybe could have messaged this differently. How could he have said this any just to make it make more sense? Just like,
no, you just don't say it at all. You just don't say, I figured out my son isn't my son, but I'm still going to treat him like my son. That's my son. Full stop.
Right.
If that's the kids. You see, and you see, going back to my earlier point, this is why the nuclear family makes so much sense. Because, okay, even if you get into a situation where you look at a child, one child, right, from this mother, and you say, oh, maybe you don't look like me. But yet you still grow this bond with this child. You know this mother. You know that she was promiscuous. That's basically what he's saying, too. It's not just that somebody told you, but you're also knowing, okay, my girl gets around a little bit. Like, that's also what it is. Because it would be more so an insecurity. It would be more so like, what the fuck? If you thought all this time, oh, she was some pristine, clean, princess. She wasn't going out. She wasn't doing anything. No, you know she's bad. Or maybe, I don't know if she's bad. But you know she's liked by the hood. Or she's like, well, by the hood, because you just said this. I mean, she's liked by the hood when you say the streets told you, right? Okay, so fine. Or maybe she's okay, fine. So the point is like, damn, I was gonna make a point. Basically, though, oh damn, I was gonna make a point. Damn, I forgot, dude. I was going somewhere with that. Just you had me go get you this lighter. Fucking whatever. Anyway, dumb. This shit is dumb. If I were to watch it back, I'd find my point, but it doesn't matter. It's
this whole Popp Hunna, his whole explanation and his whole like just mindset on this is just wild, man.
Yeah, man. Young men, please. Oh, dude, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. If you make a baby with somebody, maybe that person made a mistake. Here's the thing you could do. If you look at that person, you say you love them. Or you say, okay, well, you're I've grown a bond with you, however you young people want to call it today. Make more kids with that person. Start a family with that person. Take that person in for who they are and be done with it. Because obviously you were who you were, how she found you. You found each other. And you are who you attract. So, and what that means is, if this is already the girl that you got, this is already the person you've already started all this with, this was already your match. This was somebody who you naturally vibe with. Why throw that away because of some fact? Make more facts. Make 3 kids that certifiably, that's my kid. And if you already was going to treat it like that was your kid anyway, has your last name, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know whose last name is on the birth certificate, but if you thought it was your son, I'm sure it was your last name, which that adds a layer of, I mean, if it has my last, fuck it at that point. But that's why you really should just lock in and solidify with that person that you make that kid with. I believe that. You know, take the good with the bad and just say, okay, this is what it is. We're gonna set this up. We're gonna do this. But it seems here like dude is like, for talking about this, he's like I don't know why you would publicize any of this. I guess it's to talk about something that gets away from the fact that people wanted to talk about you snitching and all this other stuff, but you know, get into more of his, you know, like sympathy and have sympathy for Popp Hunna, because that's kind of the bag that he's trying to garner. He's trying to get back into the industry from the snitching allegations that came out. So
it's not even allegations. He straight up.
Not allegations, but from the snitching situation that happened when he was a kid. Because he was a kid, and somebody got murdered. I don't even
say someone. I don't even know if he's a snitch, bro. Like,
and he was with his mom.
Are you? Yeah, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, are you a snitch or he's a fucking kid, dude, and he's a civilian? Like, I don't get it.
And he wasn't involved in the crime that actually took place. I thought snitching was like, okay, we go out do some shit, and then like we all get caught, then you say some shit, okay, that's snitching. But
see,
talking to the police is now just snitching, just straight up talking to them, and
that's where I just look. Yeah, that just makes me look at people, like just the people that kind of disassociated from, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, y'all just kind of just, I don't know. Y'all are really Uzi, Trippie Redd. They just straight kind of disowned him, like, yo, like, Popp Hunna, we ain't fucking with you, and we ain't fucking with anything you're talking about this. Like, it's just disassociating. And then I guess even little TJ had a little comment about this on the academics Instagram post.
Yeah, he had a little
saying
emoji
nah or whatever the fuck, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck are you? Like, if you, like, literally, I'm sorry, if you take one Google search and actually search up the case, you just find out he was just a kid and with his mom, and he saw his friend get murdered right in front of him, and had nothing to do with the crime that his friend, like, what the fuck? Like, he had nothing to do with the crime that his friend committed to cause the murder. So he just witnessed it. Like, I don't know, just yeah, nah.
Well,
that shit is like such a corrupt. Like, that's just like a.
Well, it is corrupt.
Like, that's such a corrupt way of thinking. Like, what the fuck?
It's the world of trying to be a gangster.
Yeah, that shit is, honestly, I gotta say it, bro. That shit is so stupid, so dumb. Like, that's such a dumb way to think. Like, to hate someone, like, in that capacity, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's just a dumb way to think overall. Even if you're a gang, I don't know. Because it gets weird. Because, like, if you were participating in this crime, I don't know. I think, I don't know. It gets weird.
Yeah, if you were participating in this crime,
It gets weird.
Then, and you snitched, and you told about it, then we can understand, right? But since you didn't participate, we don't really understand. And a lot of people are on Popp Hunna's side, but the snitching word has kind of evolved. Maybe it didn't evolve. Maybe it always kind of had these double, triple meanings. But, you know, that's another issue kind of just with hip-hop, but particularly the black community. We do this a lot, man. It goes back to slang. Slang is loose. Like, snitching is one thing to you, one thing to you, one thing to me, one thing to over there. So it's like, it's not a clear line. It's not a bar.
It's very subjective.
It's very subjective. And that can be fun when we have our colloquialisms. We have our, you know, words from different places. We have these different things people say. But then when it comes to these other more so, I guess you could call curse words. I mean, that really is true. Like, snitching is really, truly like a curse word. It's a word that if you're involved in any sort of like neighborhood or any sort of place that's quote unquote tapped in, whatever the case is, it's a word that you don't want anywhere associated with your name or even your family. Like, you just don't want that word. It's like a plague, right? Like, that really is how it's described. So it's just, there's a double-edged sword to that slang thing. There's a double-edged sword to the whole just idea of we're just gonna make words and just permeate and do these things. Our guidelines are all over the place. They're not. We don't have clear. How do you say? We don't have clear representations of who speaks for quote unquote the African American community. At least not in our entertainment field. Let me not speak for our business class. Let me not speak for our academic class. Let me not speak for any of these other classes where, let's just be honest, the attention is lower. In the entertainment field, it's a wild west where people just say whatever the fuck they want. Narratives get spun, and some people just get thrown under the bus. Like that, and it's through little rumors and shit. And you know what's funny about the snitching thing with Popp Hunna? Had he just clarified, because apparently in another part of this interview with academics, Popp Hunna clarified that no, Uzi did not actually say fuck you. It's nothing like that. He didn't text me any of that. But a news article came out to print to say, oh, I'm not fucking with you. That Uzi said, oh, I'm not fucking with you. Now I don't know. I do seem to believe that may have been on like a comment or some kind of video or something like that. So I don't. But Popp Hunna's claiming that no, Uzi never texted me anything like that. Our last texts were cordial. We just stopped talking. I kind of call. I mean, messages can be unsent, and I do believe he was, because he brought up DMs. I do believe he brought up Instagram DMs, and messages can be unsent. So there's that, and then there's also just, well, we know that Uzi's not trying to work with you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think because Uzi was on the remix and he took himself off the remix.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that alone. It's just like, bro, what do you mean? Like, he took his verse off your song. He doesn't want to associate with you.
But just the fact that maybe, because this is how narratives go, like for Uzi this doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt him. But for Popp Hunna, had he actually just said, yo, Uzi didn't say anything. Like, that just didn't happen. Uzi didn't disown me. But had he said that, then it could have forced Uzi to then say, fuck you. Like, yeah, that's kind of what Popp Hunna's claiming now. He's in a terrible position, the kid. I mean, he's in a terrible position where you've committed to this image. You've committed to this lifestyle. There's one sin in this lifestyle, and not for nothing, you knew this sin was in your background. Like, you did all this commit to the music industry and looking like a gangster and all this stuff, and you know, like, not gangster, but like just like,
I don't even
not even gangster, but just like
his song Corvette. That shit is like so poppy. Like,
yeah, it is very poppy, but it's poppy. It's pop trap, which is supposed to be like, and then also if you look at the video, they're not in like luxury places. They're kind of just in like Philly. It looks like they're just kind of in random, like a gas station and shit, that's hood shit. Like let's not act like, oh, just because the music sounds like this and the words for the hook are this.
No, it's hood
not
shit. I guess
it's hood shit.
It's a hood image, but it's not like.
And then if we look at the lyrics,
bro? It's just ridiculous that this tarnishes his rap. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he wasn't talking about being the biggest gangster. I'll grant you that.
That's what I'm like saying. Like, it's not like he's like flaunting it. Like, it's like straight up like that at the gas station shit. That's like that. You know, like, I'm in the hood, but I'm still designer, kind of cool. Like, you know, hey, you know, like,
yeah.
You know, it's not.
You're not wrong.
The most. I don't know.
It's not like guns in the video.
Yeah, like if he was toting big guns and big all this shit and like all these people around him with guns and shit, then it'll be like, okay, then you're doing an elderly chopper.
But you're still leaning towards trap. You're still leaning on to cool points. Like, you're still leaning on, I'm cool in rap, and to be cool in rap is to be loosely or closely, but it really doesn't matter. But it's all about how you portray it. But to be affiliated in some way with criminal goings-on things, let's just be real. Like to be quote unquote cool in rap, right? Mike is not cool. Like, Mike is not cool. Mike makes some of the best music out. Earl makes some of the best music out. But they're not quote unquote cool. Right?
Yeah, Earl's dropping a new tape soon, actually.
That's what they say. Yeah,
Sick.
And we perk our ears up when Earl drops. But the point of the matter is, They're not cool for what? They're not cool because they're not as and shit. If you look at Earl, he used to be cool. When he was in the gang. Not for nothing. Not for nothing. But not for nothing. But when you have
a gang,
in a way,
it was our little, that was hip hop group.
It's a cult
going on back then too, though.
No, but it's a cult.
That was like the group stage, right? Like everyone was grouping up. DJ Khaled had everyone kind of collabing, and then you just had like, okay, we gonna compete with DJ Khaled with TDE. We gonna compete with DJ Khaled with the Young Moneys. Like people were grouping up. Like that was the age of that. That's I don't know if it was Young Money. I guess you could say it was kind of like
affiliated with the gang. Blood Gang. If you're not familiar, Birdman has a giant star on his head.
Okay.
They call him Stunna.
Cash Money.
Okay. That's a street name. Stunna. They don't.
Stunna.
You do understand you never see Baby wear Baby. You never see him wear like bright blue, but you do almost kind of always see him wear some shade of red. So
hey man, it's just colors.
Okay. Ace Hood. Yeah. Speaking about we the best.
Shout out to Ace Hood.
Where would you see Ace Hood? You would not see Ace Hood in no fucking hotel. You would see him in the hood. You remember that? Yes. You remember Ace Hood with his tank top coming out of his bed.
He was in the foreigns. He'd be in the foreigns,
but not in Calabasas.
Well, actually, yeah.
He would be surrounded by his people. Ace Hood. That was just be his own shit.
Yeah, shout out to
Ace Hood. With the chain, he was hard.
Shout out to Ace Hood.
Man, Ace Hood was hard as fuck. Point is, man.
Yeah.
You need a gang to be cool.
What was that group? That was the Rich Forever. Was that like Rick Ross's group? See,
no, Rich Forever was like Young Money, but then like a new generation, because then it added in like Young Thug and shit. It's Birdman shit. It's like just another group that Birdman made.
Oh,
basically.
But yeah.
Birdman makes groups. Like he just does that. Like if you look, I mean, because he made the Hot Boys. He made Hot Boys. He made
Cash Money.
That's just Cash Money's shit. Like that's what they do. Like and it's a formula. It works. Look at YSL. It works so much. I just rubbed a little bit off of that and just did it over here. Like, yeah. I mean, and not just Baby, Gucci, 1017, and all these things. These things still exist today. Shoreline Mafia, which doesn't exist, which is not. But if you look at like guys like OGZ, he's still cool because you don't look at OGZ as like he's unaffiliated. Just because he's not inside of Shoreline Mafia, the group, you still look at OGZ like he be moving around like he be moving around. Like he's a quote unquote stepper. Like Kodak, you don't look at Kodak like he's like he doesn't he rocks his shit and he's always with his zoot up to the whatever it is. And for that reason, you never look at him like he's unaffiliated. You always look at him like, yeah, he could. And then he's taking people's chains. And last episode, we tried to shoot him bail. Speaking of Kodak, we tried to shoot Kodak bail and say, hey man, could have been a baby mama, could have been something. Then this hooligan goes on to Instagram with a gold chain that definitely looked fake or just low in value because it was like that solid gold, that like dirty South solid gold shit that Young Thug used to have on his teeth. Like, oh my goodness. But the point of the matter is this man was waving up a chain saying, get your chain back, after coming out of bailing out of a trespassing charge. So, like I said, wild boy. Kodak.
Hey man, Kodak, yeah, he's just a wild dude, man. But he also did say, I'm out of the streets after that. He tweeted like right after that.
He tweeted. Okay.
He said he out of the streets.
Yes.
And you know what? At this point, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and he's gonna say what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean,
But the advice still is young black man, protect yourself. Please don't get into these situations to look to get caught. Get into these situations if you have to. Don't even get into these situations. Stay out of danger. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of harm's way. That's all I gotta say. You know. But
yeah, that's real deal spill, man. Cause with the whole, I don't know. With Popp Hunna's situation, you just gotta. It's so dumb. I just think it's just so dumb. But you know, what are you gonna do? That's the music industry right now. That's the hip hop music industry. You know what I'm saying? They vilify you if you ain't really about it. But
I guess, man, yeah.
and if you really about it, if you're not really about it, you gotta fake it and not get caught.
And get caught. Yeah.
That fake it and not get caught.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, man, it's a shame. It's a goddamn shame, as Gordon Ramsay would say. Shame.
Yeah, sorry to anybody who might miss those Twitch streams. Nigel just let me know. I don't know if it was during the pod, but I think it was before the pod that there will be no more MasterChef streams.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no.
Fox has DMC striked anyone that will be showing MasterChef as they did Hassan Piker.
And listen, all that does is just turn off clips of my channel. Basically, go live, delete the VOD, turn off clips. Where's the evidence?
What are you talking about? They can but see and then that's where it goes to Twitch now banning you when you're live, like how they did Pokimane when she did Avatar. Yeah, they also banned Pokimane because she was viewing Avatar live. They banned her.
Okay.
For 48 days. So it's a 48
days?
I mean, 48. It's a 2-day ban. 48 hours. 48 hours.
No, because if Pokimane got banned for 48 days,
that would be tragic for her.
Simps would no.
Or not for her, but yeah,
she'd be fine. But like Simps though, oh my god, dude, they would be. Oh my goodness, that would be bad. But a lot of people would go without a daily fap. I'm sorry, I said it. A lot of people. It's not me, but just a lot of people. They banned Pokimane for Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah. She was watching it with Mizkif. And she got banned.
Just last night, XQC was streaming Hunter x Hunter. Hunter. So you look at it and you go, but all he did was delete the VOD, no clips of my channel, basically just take off the evidence. But I wonder if maybe Pokimane left the VOD up, and then that was how the report happened. I don't know. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, man.
I need to get more information on that, and there will be more information, I'm sure, to come. But I guess don't stream any movie. Damn, I was gonna stream One Piece.
Oh no. Well, it's basically like, I mean, it's just
protect the
copyright is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just if they're gonna come at you, like, do they feel that you're important enough to come at? Like, are you generating enough? Like, if you're generating like money from this, I guess they would have a reason. Like, okay, we got to go at this guy. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just really subjective. It really is. It just depends. Like, if you are just watching it and you're not making too much and you're not exploiting, like, it gotta be a like, you gotta make your own kind of contact with it, right? Like, you gotta react to it, you gotta speak on it. I guess that kind of is the argument. Like, oh, that's what makes it fair use, because I'm reacting to it and I'm making my own content with this content.
Yeah, but the fair use thing gets weird when it just gets weird, because it's just like, are you actually recreating any of this or transforming any of this, or are you just quite literally in the corner saying 2 or 3 words every about 5 to 6 minutes? Like, that's not transformative. That's just
transformative.
You're right on top of the content. I mean, if the content was sped up, slowed down, distorted in some way, memed, like if it was like an episode of Hunter x Hunter where it was like, I don't know, completely out of order, like every single scene was just out of place, and it was just this mixed bag where you saw the last scene first, the first scene in the middle, and then some like random ass scenes all in between. It's like, the point I'm trying to make is that would be transformative. and I'm not like super savvy on the fair use thing, because
I don't think,
because especially with companies though, it gets dicey and weird, as they license their content to streamers like Amazon Prime, like Netflix, like YouTube. Okay, cool. So if it's there on YouTube, is it cool to then put it on Twitch? Well, no, because you still have to purchase it on YouTube, and you have to purchase it. Every person that watches this must purchase this. That's what they're trying to track, and it's a cheat. It's a loop. I mean, and not even if you forget the profit that you get from while watching this. That's another added on layer, but you know, the profit we miss for every this is a potential click. Let's say 60,000 people on XQC were watching Spider-Man 2 via YouTube, $2.99. That's 60,000 people that can click $2.99. That's money
for
out
movies. I think that's for movies. It's bad.
TV shows as well. You pay for TV shows.
But but like if it's an old season of a TV show, and then like they're coming out with new seasons.
Sorry,
is that not billing publicity for that new season? Because I mean, then you can have that same argument with games. Because like technically all games is copyright. Technically, like if they really wanted to go after you, but they do pay streamers to publicize these games to to the masses. You know what I'm saying?
But games,
they could do the same thing with streamers, right? With shows, like, oh, we would love for you to stream your show, cause if it's an old season of our show, not like a new season, but like if it's an old season of our show, like you're promoting our show to the people that may not even have known about it, and now they could just now they add clicks to our videos.
Watching gameplay is not the same as watching a movie. A movie is a finished product.
But I'm not saying a movie. Not for movies. I don't think for movies.
No. But I'm saying movies, music, any form of content, gaming is different in that it's interactive, which means that the time that the activity, the game can take varies. It could be 1 hour. It could be 10 hours. It could be 100. The point that's important there is during all of that, you're playing, you're interacting with everything happening. You are playing the game. It's not like
but if it's a single player game, technically you're spoiling it for people.
Okay, you're spoiling a story, but
which is like then they can go like, yo, we're gonna copyright strike you because you're spoiling this game for potential gamers that could get this game and not know about this experience. They can just get this experience themselves.
But the argument could be that for this interactive medium, yes, there is the one. There's one layer of this that is the narrative that's going through the entire game, but then there's the entire fact that the story mode playthrough that person plays is not going to be the exact same as the next person's. The experience of gaming is that it's individual in how we choose to go about playing the game. The point of the matter is the point I'm making here is you are transforming. But every single time you play a game, you play it differently than the next guy. Yes, the gaming companies have the incentive to broadcast their games. You would even argue that maybe the movie companies have this same incentive, but movies are different because it's a one product. There is no different way to interact with this. You just watch it. And if you just watch it, that means the one pop, the one click for payment is all that we're supposed to get out of this. Well, same thing with games, except no, not really though, because you have in-app purchases. Again, transformative part. So you have games that you could inspire by playing it other people to jump into this game to make purchases within the game. Movie guys, we only got one time to get the purchase, the ticket, the disc, the purchase on the streamer. Like that is it. After that,
what do you mean? So
what I'm saying is you're taking away the money making opportunity from the people who've made the content.
Not necessarily.
Whereas with games, it is not the case. If you watch a movie, if I watch MasterChef, I'm not gonna go buy the disc set of MasterChef.
But you're not. But you don't know the many people that will. You don't know that. You don't know.
Why would watching?
Because now people not the Okay, not the the DVD set. They may not go for that, but they may now go to Fox to now watch the next season of MasterChef, which now builds up more views for Fox.
That's residual, but along the way, we've lost so many clicks, so many purchase points for the stuff we've already shot.
But that's so crazy to think about. Then when this is such a $1 billion okay, like is this not a part of your? I don't know.
And this is a part of it where millions of dollars are lost. $1 billion corporation cares about the millions of dollars they lose in clicks that don't get funneled through YouTube, Amazon Prime, Netflix, whatever place where people have to pay for it. You're losing money. You're not even money, millions through time, billions of dollars. Yes.
Bro,
yes.
If
it's $1 billion
getting back. You're definitely gonna get that back. Okay.
That doesn't matter. That's
you're gonna get back because you're gonna get the volume back through the viewers that you get through these streamers watching old content of yours. The new content that's gonna come out, they get people excited for that. For the people that may have never even thought about watching, so
that's a residual. That's after. But we have to look at loss. Like that is an effect of the world, something that we literally can't even affect. Like that's just people reacting to us being present in the world. Well, we can affect that by being more present, and that is being more present. So having our content on streamers and on places where
and
people
then
can access it.
And that's where you talk to the streamers and the companies, they work out contracts just like the gaming. And that's where that just brings up.
But it's not just like
world.
The gaming, because in a game you go into the game and it's not just the game, Nigel. Particularly today.
No, but it's not just the show. Today. You're not just watching the show.
Yes, you are.
You're watching the show for the streamer too, to see the reaction.
Okay, so how does Fox benefit from that?
Okay, so
right. So how does Fox...
you make a deal with the streamer to maybe cut a contract deal to see how many. You could do that. Is what I'm saying. This is just another revenue for them. They could make it that way. It's something that they could venture onto. Okay, maybe every subscriber you get, we get a partial. Whatever the case is, but they could definitely make a contract of that. It could work in the same way. I'm sure it works for the gaming. That's what my similarities with the gaming
but now you have to
industry
deal with Twitch, not the streamer. Listen, so if you go streamer, hey, I'm gonna take % of your ad revenue while you're watching my show. Twitch now goes, wait a minute, you have to go through us because you're not. First of all, we're not going to just set this up for one person because this is going to set a precedent. So we're going to have to go top wide, and we're going to have to, and I agree with you here. I agree with you, by the way. But we're going to have to go top down, and we're going to have to say, listen, from Fox, here are these shows that you guys can watch. While watching them, we will have algorithms point out, and I don't know if the algorithms are this smart. Which this conversation leads into fantasy world when we get into these ideas on how to fix some of these.
But
DMCA
it probably
problems.
won't happen because it's probably gonna end up being like
not that it probably won't happen. It's just we're not certain that the technology necessary for what we're talking about exists. We're not even sure about that. So, yeah, the Fox or whatever, they would have to go through Twitch. And then they would say, okay, well, let's say there's this algorithm that could just figure out when you're watching MasterChef. Or maybe you could do, Twitch already has this. They have watch parties. So on watch parties, you can watch Amazon Prime content. And through Twitch, they will put the time stamp of what you're watching on the screen. Now, you can't watch the content on the screen. You have to pull up Amazon Prime on your own phone or own screen and then go to the time that the streamer's at so that you can react with them. It's kind of weird, honestly. It's weird because it's all disconnected. You kind of wish it was all in one. You know what I'm saying?
Always, but you can see the streamer watching this.
But just the streamer. So if it was a streamer like XQC who doesn't really particularly stay in full screen.
Okay, now see
that's weird.
I just
it just changes your content.
It just changes I think that just changes the whole thing because I feel like it's if you're reacting to something, you need the person reacting to it and the video
and the thing in one.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that there could be a contract available to make that happen, but will it happen? I doubt it. I mean, it would have happened for YouTube, right? If that was the case, like YouTube would have been a perfect catalyst to do that with, right?
Well, something where what do you mean happen on YouTube? So
like, because you know how YouTube they DMC strike you for stuff that if you like watch other YouTubers on stream or whatever.
No.
Like,
strikes are levied by creators. Full stop. So a strike, which you only get 3 of, are sent by creators. A creator can be a brand, a corporation, or it could be a YouTuber. That's a strike. A copyright, how do you say, not a strike, but there's one where they just okay, so some YouTubers have YouTube ID or content ID, and so not getting too deep in the woods with this, but they have automatic settings that when our stuff is on a video, we take the revenue from that section that it was actually featured in, which is really cool. So like a song even, right? A lot of our like this podcast will be not monetized because it features that song in the beginning. The whole thing, it's not monetized. It goes to those other people, the people who like Joey Badass or Gunna or whatever. So now you look at it and you go, okay, cool. But if we clip it out, parts where those songs are not present, that's how we get our whatever we get. The point I'm trying to make is just
then that's why
strikes they're not automatic. They go.
Someone does it to you. Like someone right. That's where like it just depends on. That's where copyright, right? Like if someone's gonna come at you, it depends on if the creator deems it like or the company deems it worthy enough to come at you.
Worthy, and then also if it's a personal, like again, like you got to think because you can do this on YouTube. This is the Fresh and Fit controversy from last week or 2 weeks ago, where they were levying out strikes, which you only get 3. If you get 3, then your channel's done. It's terminated. But they were levying out strikes to people who were just using clips of their content, but they were transforming it. Like in the case of Jamari, he would do a little slight voice changer thing. Like he does like a flanger thing on his videos to make their voices sound a little different, like a little more high pitched. And then like not only that, he only plays small sections of their clips, cutting in with his own commentary and clips and all this stuff. Completely transformative. That's not means for a strike, so YouTube actually got back on them. I'm just that's just
that was
I don't know how we got down copyright bullshit, nerd shit.
But yeah, I mean that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just understand these platforms. You know what I'm saying? We are not on these platforms as special snowflakes or aliens or nothing like that. No, these platforms have rules. They have guidelines. They have systems in place to push certain things forward. And if you can get with that, if you can understand that, you benefit. And that's why we do this. Speaking of this, I'm talked out, man.
Yeah, I'm tapped out like Kurt Angle. Yeah. Shout out to I don't even know his fucking move. I forgot what it's called, but he would snap your ankle or some shit.
That leg lock or whatever. I don't even remember. It was like a leg lock. The angle lock? Angle.
They called it something. That nigga would do something to your leg.
I think. Wait, hold on. Angle lock. That's something I haven't heard about. Wait. Oh, ankle lock or the angle lock. It's just the ankle lock. Oh man, that's such good marketing. An ankle lock is, just a hold on the ankle. That's actually quite simple. Like when I just like think about it through like kind of jiu-jitsu lens, but the angle lock. BGG. Like that shit is just like so badass.
He stepped in.
Here, let me get a picture of this.
His mind's flowing.
Yeah, I haven't been to jiu-jitsu. I haven't been to jiu-jitsu in a week though. I'm getting atrophied. In like 2 weeks actually. I'm out here getting pudgy. Look at Kurt Angle with hair. Twisting that dude's leg up. This shit would mess your leg up though. Like you actually did like kids. Dude, we used to do Oh my God, man. Kids are crazy. And it's such a good thing that we didn't know how to actually do it, because like I remember like we would just hold on to the sort of ankle and hug it and maybe put the knee into their knee so that like you can kind of get that torque. But like if you actually held onto somebody's foot, torqued it from there and pulled back, oh my God, you would fuck somebody's knee up. Oh my God, you would fuck somebody's fucking knee up. Anyway.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's good that us kids were just cordial, man. We was just dumb kids. We was just playing around, horsing around. You know what I'm saying? Like BoJack Horseman.
Oh, we was a motherfucking kids. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the hell is this dude talking about? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, R.I.P. Mackie.
And R.I.P. to this episode 46 of the Rambling Rowgh Show. We are out. I'm not even gonna let this dude. Nah.
Ah, shit. Yo, damn! I want some cookie plug. Cookie plug. Cookie plug.
They're open.
Cookie. I'm a drive there though.
For real?
Yeah.
Can you get me some cookies?
How much of the cookie? How much the cookie in the cookie plug?
3 for $10.
$3? Oh no, $10 for 3.
Yes. Fat ass cookies. And then I think it goes up to 7 cookies and it's like I think like 17. So if you got the 7, I mean I could spot you whatever I gotta spot you, and you could take like the majority. I just want 3 s'mores. No. 2 OG, 1 s'more. No, 2 s'mores, 1 OG.
Yeah, just send me a text.
Oh my God, bro. Cookie plug coming. Hey! All right, hey. Episode 46. Twitch.tv/Ndubby. Twitch.tv/Josh Rowgh. If you're already here, so yeah. Thanks for being here. Half Demon Aaron, appreciate you. Pokemon is King was also here. Real briefly, appreciate you. Anybody who lurked, thank you. Yeah. Tune into those clips. Rambling Rowgh Show clip page. Bye bye.